All right, what's up, everyone? So today's story was not the story that I was going to talk about, and I think it's going to be a little interesting story. It just came up in my feed about 5 minutes ago. I usually wouldn't do a video that quickly after seeing. I would like do a little bit more, but what I'm going to do today, because I think this, if it's true, is scary, and it almost doesn't make any sense because we were just talking. I did a video about California's minimum wage being increased 25%. I did a video about a couple months ago, a month ago, not that long ago, and I just came up in my feed. It just came up that now the union. So now, the first time was the California government. They're the ones that enforced this 25% increase. Now the union is involved, and they're asking for another raise. Yeah, let's get into it.
Fast food workers in our state are demanding even higher wages. The minimum wage for fast food workers went from $16 to $20 an hour just 4 months ago. But yesterday, a union representing fast food workers appeared before the Fast Food Council, calling for a 70-cent an hour pay bump starting in January. California Fast Food Workers Union says it's needed to offset our state's high cost of living. The group is also demanding more stable schedules and back pay owed to employees.
Well, they say this is for the high cost of living now that the union is involved, right? I don't know. Having problems, and I get it. California is extremely expensive to live, but this job is supposed to be a starting job, right? So I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm maybe someone could explain this to me a little bit better. And or maybe I am just seeing it wrong. I'm seeing it, of course, my way, my lenses, the way I see things. But forget all that. I mean, honestly, I, of course, see it one way. Like everybody sees it their own way. But me, in this food business that I've been most of my life, it's just weird how this business is being targeted so... not directly my part of the business, like that I'm used to working. I haven't really worked in the fast food sector of the food business. But, I mean, honestly, it's just going to come to I can see the whole food business, restaurant, all of these businesses that have to do with food eventually being targeted. I mean, they're starting off in the fast food, but I can see it's eventually going to come everywhere. So it's almost like I'm always glad I don't have a business of my own anymore, because I just wouldn't. I've dealt with unions before. I dealt with unions with good experiences, and I dealt with unions with some crazy, like movie-like experiences that is just like you can't believe this is real. They kind of work on their own rules. Let's just say that, in my experiences. And the bigger they are, the bigger they'll flex. So, that again, this is my experiences. And I'll tell you from New York, I'm almost afraid to say too much, because they move, when I work with them, they move like gangsters. They move like the mob. And I feel like they might take me out if I say too much about my experiences with them. So I am going to stay quiet, but I'm going to let you guys know that this is not a good idea. I mean, and at the same time, what do you think? Like, how much should, it's not, I have nothing against the fast food workers, and I'm not defending them, or I'm not saying, because again, this is really a lot not in their power what's going on. It's a lot that had to do with the first minimum wage hike, had to do with, the California government. And I wouldn't, look, if I was working, I would take it, because if they giving it and I'm doing something, I'm going to take that benefit, right? So you can't really fault the workers. It's like, it's a bigger thing than the workers. I think the workers are more like a pawn in a bigger scheme that's going on that I don't know what the clue is. I feel like the people that are trying to push these rules, like this one is different. But I think before, don't call me crazy, but I feel like the politicians that before made a lot of basically created this 25% increase in fast food workers, that they had to pay that. I think they specifically did that because they probably invested in a company that we don't know about, that is going to replace the workers in a lot of these fast food workers, like in fast food restaurants. They probably invested in the technology, and this is probably the easiest way to make room for that technology, because this is what it does. This just pushes more technology, less people working in these restaurants, and the restaurants that kind of try to stick around a little bit longer, some of them close down and some of them work with less people, a lot less, and a lot less hours. So it's kind of, I really truly believe that there is the people that are involved, they have something that we're not going to know probably in 5 years from now, but this company, or it could be tech, it could be robots, whatever, they invested in these companies, and this is just the way they make these rules so their product gets in there, and that's how they make their money. I mean, I know this is sounds like a freaking conspiracy theory, but and I'm probably wrong, but this is the way I try to make sense out of this, because it doesn't necessarily make sense how a specific industry got a 25% increase by the local government. It's impressive, and nobody really talks about that, but I think that's impressive. Like, not even that it's a wage increase, that it's a specific industry that got another wage increase after it was just already one done. So that's just me. Let's continue.
Restaurant industry says the recent wage hike has already led to job losses, reduced hours, and has forced some businesses to close.
So seriously, let me know, what do you think? I mean, maybe I'm crazy. I know I rambled off again. I really didn't have any material for this because I just saw it like 5 minutes before I did the video. I saw this come up and I'm like, it might not be real. It might not, but it looks like it's real. And you know what? I'll follow up. I'm gonna do more research, but I had to do this quick because, well, honestly, I gotta get ready soon. It's late. I just wanted to do this video today. But let me know. Subscribe if you had. My plans was to do a video about four coffee shops that closed down about 4 or 6 years ago, in a similar manner about a video that I did a couple months ago. But it's just crazy, and it's funny because it has to do with the unions. So that's why I guess this one came up in my feed, because I was gonna do a video about the coffee shops in the union and this, and then now the unions are now the ones forcing another increase for fast food workers. So this is different, but it's still in the same world. I'm gonna say bye, but leave your comments below. Subscribe if you haven't. If you made this song, peace. Later.